Hi, do you have trouble relaxing and being calm in competition? Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Cohn. In this video, I'm going to tell Isaiah how he can be more calm while pitching and also be able to take his practice performance to game time. You're watching Sessions with Doc, my series on mental toughness in sports. Here's the question that I received from Isaiah. He said, I'm having trouble relaxing and being calm while pitching or in the batter's box. I feel great when I'm in the cage or I'm in the bullpen pitching, but I'm a whole different player during a game. How can I be more mentally tough on the mound or in the batter's box during a game situation? Thanks, Isaiah. This is a very common question that we get from athletes. And by the way, this is the #1 reason why mental coaching is indicated for athletes. In other words, if you're great in the cage or if you're great in the bullpen, and then you get in the game and all heck breaks loose and you're like a different player, that's a good sign that your mental game is getting in the way of your performance. In this case, you said you're having trouble relaxing and being calm, so that tells me you're anxious and worried. So the moment I hear athletes talk about being anxious and worried, I'm going to go towards fear of failure. Now, the big issue for you that you have to uncover is what type of fear of failure is this? Most of the time, in my experience, you're worried about letting down your coach, letting down your teammates, or not making your parents proud. In other words, maybe letting down your parents in some way. We call that social approval. So I want to say 8 out of 10 times when an athlete is not being calm or when an athlete is stressed or anxious, it's often about this concept of social approval and worrying too much about what others think. Now, that could be part of it, and so you have to address that head on specifically. Now, what often happens when you're not in a calm state is you tend to over-control on the mound or in the batter's box. Now, over-control means when the stuff hits the fan, you go, oh, wait a second, body, you don't know what you're doing, let me take over. And you start to over-control your swing or you start to over-control your pitching motion. And that's never good because you're going to lose velocity and you're also going to lose control of your pitches as well. So in order for you to perform your best, you have to go in there and be totally free and not over control. We call that trusting in your skills. However, trust, the ability to pitch freely or swing freely in the batter's box, doesn't exist in a vacuum. What that means is your underlying fear of failure is causing you to not trust and is causing you to be tense, anxious, and go to over control. So that's the very first step, is you have to find out what is that source of fear of failure and ask yourself, what am I really worried about? What's the ultimate source of fear here? If someone gets a hit off me or if I strike out, what does that mean to me? And that will lead you to where your source of fear of failure or your source of anxiety is. Thanks for your question. Good luck with your game. Hey, do you want more videos like this? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel over here on your right. And also, we've got another video teed up over here for you in this series on mental toughness in sports. Thanks for watching. You've been watching Sessions with Doc, unscripted and unrehearsed answers to your mental game questions. I'll talk to you next week.